Sorry, I had a mishap to my printer this morning, so I have to read my first affirmative constructive from my phone, but it shouldn't be a problem. All right, I'm ready. We, the affirmative, stand resolved that California should become a right-to-carry state. Classmates, the resolution before us is that California should become a right-to-carry state. We, the affirmative, define the right-to-carry state as one that requires the government to issue concealed carry permits to any applicant who meets the necessary criteria. The criteria are as follows. They must be an adult, have no significant criminal record, have no history of mental illness, and complete a firearm safety course. The current California law does not require the government to issue such a permit. It is instead up to the county sheriff's discretion and interpretation of good cause. Good cause is defined as a set of circumstances that distinguish the applicant from the mainstream and cause him or her to be placed in harm's way. We would like to define concealed carry permits, abbreviated to CCW, as a permit that allows a citizen to carry a gun registered with the county sheriff in plain clothes and hidden from sight. Contention point 1. Our first contention point is inherency. California is waiting for mass shootings to pass gun legislation. Nathan Rott, an NPR reporter from NPR, July 12, 2016. More than 20,400 pieces of gun-related legislation have been proposed following mass shooting events in the past 25 years. Of those bills, 3,000 have become law. It's not that nothing changes after a mass shooting, says Deepak Malhotra. A lot of action on gun control happens across state instead of the federal level. The researchers looked at legislation that was proposed following mass shooting events between 1990 and 2014, and the research found two major things. Mass shootings do increase the amount of gun-related bills that get proposed and passed, and the nature of that legislation, whether it tightens or loosens gun laws, depends on the dominant political party and ideology of the state. They're waiting until we have already paid the human price and use that as an excuse to quickly rush through and pass gun laws. For this reason, we, the affirmative, argue that we must force the status quo to change past gun legislation now, not after another mass shooting happens. Our second contention point deals with inherency. Good cause is too narrow a definition. David Icongello, a bachelor's from Johns Hopkins and a rapid response reporter from Christian Science Monitor, in the Christian Science Monitor, June 10, 2016. An affidavit, the sheriff's office in San Diego, defined good cause as a set of circumstances that distinguish the applicant from the mainstream and causes him or her to be placed in harm's way. Adding to that, simply fearing for one's personal safety alone is not considered good cause. Applications in San Diego break down into 4 general categories: law enforcement personnel, security personnel, business owners whose occupation put them at risk, a category broad enough to include doctors, chief executive officers, employees, and volunteers, and those who can demonstrate that they are a target because of documented threats. In order to prove good cause in California, you must have a documented case and evidence. We're arguing that that's too narrow and too late. Good cause is not defined in the state of California. It is up to each sheriff's interpretation of good cause. Lastly, our third contention point is solvency. CCW permit holders commit the same crime rate as police and will not increase violent crime. AWR Hawkins, a PhD in U.S. military history, contributor at Breitbart, in the publication of Breitbart, 24th July 2017. A Crime Prevention Research Center, CPRC study, shows that concealed carry permits holders are among the most law-abiding citizens in the country. To put these percentages in perspective, consider the percentage of misdemeanors and felonies committed by police officers. On May 27th, Breitbart News reported a CPRC study which showed that in January 1st, 2005 through December 31st, 2007, the yearly rates of misdemeanors and felonies by full-time police officers was 0.102%. On the other hand, the yearly rate for Texas concealed carry permit holders in the year 2015, the year campus carry was signed into law in that state, was 0.012%. If we allow more citizens to get CCW permits, our crime rates will not go up. Citizens who meet the 4 qualifications, and they must be an adult, have no significant criminal record, have no history of mental illness, and complete a firearm safety course, will significantly be deterred from committing crimes from the information that they would have from obtaining qualifications. Additionally, and perhaps most important, we would know that they have that knowledge. I now stand open for cross-examination.
So Kyle, what is the significant problem that you're trying to fix by letting people carry guns?
The significance of the issue is that we have a constitutional right to carry weapons.
Where do you prove that?
It says the 9th U.S. District Court of Appeals ruled February 13th that law-abiding residents need only show a self-defense rather than providing they were confronted with a clear and present danger. And that District Court of Appeals proved that we are allowed to have a weapon.
So you're saying that the District Court of Appeals has already overturned California's CCW laws?
I'm sorry, I don't know.
So you're saying the district court has found that California laws that restrict this is already unconstitutional? They didn't conclude that, did they? We still have the right to carry laws that we have right now in California, correct?
Yes.
So do you prove that right now, by limiting and letting the sheriff decide whether or not you're designed to have one of those, that that violates the Constitution?
No.
All right, because Second Amendment's not absolute, right? There are reasonable regulations and restrictions that we can put on the Second Amendment?
Yes.
Excellent. The second piece of evidence you say the good cause is too narrow. Can you read me the sentence in the piece of evidence that says it's too narrow?
That does not specifically state that
The
it's
card
too narrow.
just defines what good cause is, right? It doesn't say that it's either too narrow or good, right?
Yeah, the card specifically does not state that. I'm providing that with my analysis.
Okay. And insolvency in subpoint 3, you say that it will not increase crime. What will it do positive? By letting more people carry guns, what is the benefit that's going to accrue? I understand that you don't think it'll make things worse, but what's the benefit?
The benefit is that more people will be allowed to have a CCW permit. I didn't share this evidence in my speech, but I do have evidence that states that when the laws are relaxed, more people apply for concealed carry permits.
Okay, thank you.